they leave, you saw what happened in Venezuela. Somebody who has never even been a politician before. Aliona too how the country has been backed by the West, akina Syria, akina Russia, akina Nani. And then she was like, no, there's no way you're going the 6th time. Okay, so what happens in movement, what happens in revolt is that leaders are also made. As we continue with the revolt, as we continue with this movement, at the end of it, we will have leaders ambao hata sisi wenyewe hatutakuwa tukiwa doubt. They will be going on the citizen ticket, which is what we are doing right now. We are moving in as citizen. They will be going on citizen's ticket, and we will surely vote for them when that time comes. So I am telling you, with this revolt, Ruto has to go. They will never turn around. And the other important thing ambayo hatufai kusahau is that every single person, hata akina Ndi, sijui wanaitwa Ndi, sijui wanaitwa kina nani, all those CSS that were fired, I need you to remember this, ladies and gentlemen, that every single soul was invested in this leadership. They were all invested in Rutoism and Ruto leadership. Kila mtu kuna chenye alimpatia Ruto for them to be in his government, for them to be in his campaign trail, for them to be in his government. They were all invested in it. So mkiambiwa ati nani has been fired and now they don't have a job, please, can we change that narrative? Those people are still making money. The only thing that they cannot do is raise a finger. So right now they are making money kama wamenyorosha miguu on their tables, on their kitchen tables. Saizi, they're just making money, while just sitting without having to do anything. You know what I'm saying? But when walinyamaza kidogo, Ruto akamwambia, no, you need to keep talking. Because they invested in his leadership and they are continuing to be paid from our taxes. I need you guys to know that. They did not go home. They are continuing to use our money. So that's why we need to remove this government. They were all invested in Ruto's leadership. So the other thing I need to mention as well is that those that are oncoming, they are also investing in Ruto's leadership. In other words, they're invested in this government and they have to sing his song. Yule kijana mwenye alikuwa anakuja kusema eti sijui anaitwaje Joho is in charge, I don't know of who, and controls this and this. No. Mwananchi can choose not to be controlled, but Joho will be 100% Ruto's puppet. So it's about us to educate each other and stand up. Take that money, yes, it is your money, but do the opposite. Feed your family with it. Come and show up with it. Pay up and come to CBD. Pay up and come to Occupy State House with that money. Because everybody is invested in this leadership. My third point is that najua kuna, we have mentioned that we can represent ourselves. Most of us have done that. I have done that. Okay, but the one thing I need you all to remember, much as you have that right, much as the Constitution has awarded you that right, you are dealing with a judiciary ambayo is compromised. That's why you are finding a case that was emergently filed 2022-2023 finance bill. That's a case that needs to be heard emergently, and it was filed emergently if you have read and looked at it. So why is it being ruled in 2024 while its essence is over? There are some cases which are taken to High Court or to the Supreme Court or whatever the court emergently, and they have to be listened to within a certain amount of time because they have repercussions. Kama sasa tumekuwa tukilipa nyumba, tumelipa sijui, what is it called, the housing levy? People have paid and paid and paid for the last almost 2 years, 20 months. What are they going to do right now? And it has been overturned. You understand? Because the judiciary has already been compromised. And because it is compromised, somebody can actually counter-sue and say, hey, the ruling was done late. this and this and this has happened. So it is not possible for that ruling to stand. You understand? So there's a reason the judiciary actually ruled it the way it ruled it. So let's open up our mind. Let's open up to being taught. Let's come to these places and educate ourselves. Okay? I think I'm on my last point. My last point that I need to make is that the movement, this kind of a movement has never happened in Kenya before. I was there in 1992. I was just a little girl, yes, but I saw the movement. We were just having pockets of people, wakiandamana. There were pockets and pockets and pockets ambazo, zilipush, Nyayo that time to have the whatever rule. Akina Matiba, you can remember very well. They were mostly centralized in Nairobi. But the movement that we have right now, the revolt that we have right now, that is widespread, that is all over Kenya, has never happened before. That's one thing you need to remember. We have exerted enormous amount of pressure, ambapo the president of Kenya does not even know how to handle us. Amejaribu kuwa watu wanaendelea kupanga nane. Ameendelea kumasaka watu wanaendelea kukua kwa hizi spaces. And especially one thing that worries him is these spaces. People have continued to show up. They have continued to visit these spaces. They have stayed as long as they can, and they know that things have changed. There's no movement like this one that has happened before. So amejaribu so many things, and he's on the wall right now. So chenye kimebaki kwake is to map himself for 2027. And that's what we need to nip at the bud. We will not wait for 2027. And that's why Nane is very, very important. And Ruto must go as our sponsor for Nane needs to be loud and clear. Asante sana, Afrocentric. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to me